real motivation, what is the real motivation behind the context manager in Python is the resource management. Okay, what is the real motivation behind the context manager? The resource management. Resource management, we are saying resources, those are available in the form of limited manner, right? So limited availability. So once we start using them, once you are done with your job, we are responsible to close that resource so that some other process can use that resource, right?
Yes.
So let's say we have 10 resources available, 10 requests coming. If one request is not releasing resource, even that is not required for that program, other request maybe wait for that resource, right?
Yeah.
So good thing
That
is,
was situation.
yeah, good thing is in Python you can do it very easily with the help of context managers. Okay, now. So context manager, in the sense, we have to deal with opening the file and closing the resource automatically. Okay.
Okay.
So today in this video we are going to discuss about context managers in Python. So what is the Python with statement is for, and how to use it, and how to implement your own context managers. Okay. So
Okay.
while dealing with first, before going in details about the context manager, defining context manager, what is the motivation behind, what problems we will get, what problems our context managers is going to solve. Okay, if you know this, you can simply understand the context manager concept, right? What problems it is solving, if you know that the actual backend problem for the context manager, whenever you see that kind of pattern, you can simply start implementing that context manager or programs, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, now the topic is, before going in details about the context manager, managing resources in Python. Okay. One common problem you will face in programming is how to properly manage external resources, as a files, logs, or network connections, because as they are limitedly available, right? If you do not properly manage the external resources, so that your program may downgrade, other process may wait for the resources. As soon as you are done with your job, we supposed to, our program is supposed to close that resource, right? Sometimes due to some exceptions, sometimes due to some errors, we may lose some data, we may forget to, sometimes we may forget to close the resource once you open, right?
Yeah.
So with help of context managers, we can avoid that issue, because once you open any resource with context manager will have a exit gate. Okay, automatically the closing resource will be taken care by context manager. And sometimes, and also the another problem may come is like a programmer will retain resource forever. Let's say a programmer can open on resource forever, and even that particular resource is not needed for my program, specific program. Okay, for somewhere I have opened the resource forever, I don't require that. That is not good practice, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wherever we require, use them and close them. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. But sometimes it may happen due to some lack of awareness of the resource usage. Okay. So this kind of issues is called a memory leak. Okay. What a program will retain resource forever. A program will open a resource for retain a resource forever, even if you no longer need them. That means it is retaining forever, means this is kind of a memory leak. Memory leakage, right, guys? Say if 10 program 10 requests coming, 10 resources are still opening forever. That means whenever we create a opening a resource, some kind of memory is allocated to that particular resource, right, guys? That is one problem. Another problem is those are available as a limited access, so other process may wait for the resource, right?
Yeah.
That is because because what is happening, if you keep on opening the new resources, okay, what without closing them, what will happen, Available memory gets reduced every time you create and open a new instance of a given resource without closing existing one, right? So you keep on opening the resources, you are not closing it. That means every time you open it and there's some kind of memory allocated to that particular resource opening, right? If you keep doing like that only without closing the existing one, this could be cause the memory leak, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Understood?
Yeah,
Yes,
understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so with this context, managing resource
Screen present చేయట్లే.
yeah, managing resource
Problem.
properly in application is often a tricky problem, right?
Yes, and
Because sometimes when you are dealing with file or when you are dealing with some third party server connection, or when you are dealing with the database connections, so once we open a connection, these all are available, these all connections are available as a limited number of resources, okay now, very limited. Once your program use them, you should close them after that once you're done. So in order to manage this opening and closing the connections is called as resource management, okay na? Resource management in Python. With help of context managers, we can manage it we can make sure that closing the opened resource in any case, even an exception or some kind of event scenario, okay?
okay.
So you guys understood the background before using the context manager?
Yes, and
Yes.
So what is the possible issues of leaking memory when dealing with resources? Okay, let me share my screen. I am not sharing screen. One
Okay.
minute. Okay, are you able to see my screen, guys?
Yeah, and
Okay, so possible issues while dealing with resources in the sense either could be database connections, or it could be any external file, or it could be any external server, okay? Your server is one thing, you are dealing with some file, means it's external file, right guys? It deals with OS, right? If it is file, if it is a database, it deals with some other server, right? That means your application connecting with some other server, there may be some limited availability of connections, right? Let's say database will accept only 10 connections, your application needs 11 connections. That means 10 connections are already being utilized. Other process will wait for the database connection to read the data from database, right? If your programs does not close the open connections, that programs wait for forever, right?
yes, and
So possible issues, like here we are taking the use cases. Let's say while connecting with the database, when our application programs connected to databases for data and keeps creating new connections without releasing and reusing them. Okay, what is doing in our application programs are actually connect to database for getting the data or storing the data, right?
yes, and
In that process, it keeps creating new connections without releasing or reusing the existing already opened connections. That means if 10 connections are available, every time we are just creating connection and we are not releasing and reusing the existing connection, right? That means after 10 connections, database is not going to accept new connections, right? Hello?
yeah, and
It is accepting only 10 connections, but your 10 connections are already open, even if it is not required, right? Because one time you make a query, okay, you open the connection, you forget to release or reusing them, okay? Second time you again open a new connection, third time also you again open a new connection, okay? Like that, after some time, certain time, limit will be reached, right guys? Availability limit.
yes, and
So that's why in this case database backend can stop accepting new connections, right? Because we are configured to available only 10 connections, right? once 10 connections are opened, it is not going to accept the new connections, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So in that case, our programs will wait for the resource like a connection object, right, to communicate with the database.
Yes.
So here probably if you are not using, if you are not properly manage this resource database connection management, so your application may went down, right?
Yeah.
Because here we created a one connection for each query, but we forgot to close it. We are forget to release that opened connection. Even this connection is keeps idly, but some other process is waiting for the connection, right?
Yeah.
So the best practice is when you are dealing with the external parties, make sure that manage that resource connections properly. Okay. Once you are done with your job, you should make sure that at any event you should close that resource, either to be file or it could be database connection. Understood now, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You guys understood the database? Can you consider database connection is the resource management only, right? Because the connections resources available in limited way, right? If you are not properly using them, your application may be went down. Okay, because without database operations, you cannot request serve the request of the user, right?
Yeah.
So next resource is files, right? We sometimes our programs used to deal with the some kind of files, right? To writing data to file or reading data from the file or something.
Yeah.
Okay, writing text to the file is buffered operation. Okay, now forget to close the file, there may be chances of losing data forever. What this one is saying is, you open a file for writing some data. Okay, now due to some exception or you forget to close the files, whatever data we write to the file, right, that may be lost forever if you do not, if you forget to close that resource, you forget to close the file. Understood, guys? Let's say you are writing, opening some text file and writing something, closing it without saving, right?
Yeah.
That means you
Then
lost the data,
everything
right?
lost. Yes. Yes.
So writing text to the file is a buffered operation. It is there in the buffered class. Okay, now. So if you close the file, then only this data may save into the file sometimes. Okay. Hello, guys. So
Yeah.
so while dealing with files, once we open a file, we are responsible to close that file, right, at any event.
Yes.
So if you are properly manage the file handling, resource opening and closing, we can avoid these chances of losing data forever, right?
Yeah.
So next, while dealing with files also, we can think about the context managers, right? Because
Yeah.
so whenever we say, when you are opening some resource means there should be a logic to close that resource also at any event. Okay. Next, exception. So sometimes let's say we are opening file. Okay, we are opening file and doing some operation. While doing that operation, we got the error, right? If we got the error, mean after that exception line, Python won't execute, right? Immediately throw that error away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another possibility is that your application runs into an error or exception that cause the control flow to bypass the code that is responsible for releasing the resource at the end, right? Everyone understood this point? Another possibility, when you got the exception, there may be chances to not execute the code that is responsible for releasing the resource. That means closing the file, right? Let's say closing the database connection due to some exception. There is a possibility, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I will tell you whatever point we are discussing, we will discuss everything. Okay. These are like possible issues will occur while handling with resources like database connections, files, or exceptions. Okay. Use cases for context manager, guys. So file handling. While dealing with file handling, first we will see the what problem we will face without context managers. After that, by applying context managers, we will see the output. Okay. Now you guys understood the real motivation behind the context managers.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Anna.
Everyone,
Yes, yes.
freely ask any questions. Okay, don't hesitate. Context managers. Let's say, as we said, when you are dealing with files, we are responsible to open, do operations, close the resource, right?
Yes, yes.
Resource could be file, resource could be file or DB connection,
Database connection.
or other ports also. Okay, na? Ports also. Ports means there are limited availability of ports in the computer, right? Each
Right,
process.
right.
So those
Yeah.
are also kind of resource. Whatever the thing is limitedly available, okay, we should to make sure to once you use them, we don't require them no longer. We should really release that resource, right? So that some other process can use that resource, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So first let's deal with the file. Okay, now DB connection we will discuss about while dealing with database interactions. Okay, other ports are something I will give high level overview of the examples. Okay, you will get to know. Only thing is learning the context manager topic today. Okay. So first let's open a file. So you guys might be used without knowing it, right? Already we deal with so many files, right? Reading, writing,
Yes.
content. So when you are dealing with and the expression, this one actually returning the context manager object at runtime. Okay. So before discussing about with statement, first let's say have a look into it. Say file obj is equal to open
And you got it.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, Anna.
Yeah.
Test context dot txt comma write mode. Here we open the file, right? We opened
Yes,
this.
Anna.
Why you are open? That means we are open this resource for writing the file, right? Writing the content, right?
Yes, yes.
So that means once you are writing if you are reading this one, other process cannot do the same operation on the same at a time, right? If you are writing means other process should wait for this file. Once we close it, other process can start using that file. Okay, now?
Okay.
That's how resource works. Okay. So now we open the file. Now do our job. Why did you open this file to add some data, right? File object dot writing data to file. Writing data to file. So after this, we close the file, right? We are done with the writing.
Yes.
After that, we close the file, right?
Yes.
On.
We close the file like this. So we open the resource here. Okay. We writing the content to the file and closing the file here, right? So we are what we are doing is opening file, doing once our job done, we are closing the resource. Good, right? Here till here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is what will happen if this particular line number 12 won't execute at all due to some exception in between this block. If we got any exception from here itself, it will terminate the program, right, guys? Interpreter will terminate the program here itself, right?
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
this is not going to execute next lines, right? If we got error here,
Yes, Anna.
Yes, yes.
that means you open the resource due to the exception. If somehow bypass the code to not release the resource, right? Open resource, close the open resource, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this case, we have a concept. Okay, here we are seeing the exception, right? Let's say here, first let me run this program. Okay, print before writing. Okay, now print
After writing.
after writing. Okay, first let's run this program and see how it is working. Okay. Before writing and after writing, great, right? So after that,
Yes.
it is closing file. That means these all lines are executed. In success case, it is okay, right? Hello.
Yeah.
But
In
what
failure
about
case, what will happen?
in failure case? Let's say here, raise value error. Okay, I am explicitly raising the error. Okay, now
Okay.
Okay.
some wrong data. Let's say. Usually when you are doing our program, right, our program may raise some errors, right? I'm just simulating that issue here. Okay, raise value error, some wrong data here. Okay, here we are raising the exception, right? If you are raising the exception,
Yeah.
means once we got the error here, this we are raising from here means this code won't execute, right?
అవును.
Understood now? So let me run this program. Before writing, here raise value error, some wrong data, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So
Yes, sir.
in this, let's assume like this is a failure scenario, right?
Yeah.
In this failure scenario, your open resource is still open forever, right?
అవును.
Understood? Because this particular code is not executed at all. It is bypassed right here.
Yes.
So what I said here is the same thing. Okay, now. So what I said here is, in exception case, another possibility is that your application runs into an error or exception. Now our application runs into an error or exception, right?
Yeah.
That cause the control flow to bypass the code that is responsible for releasing the resource at the end. That
Yeah,
means here in this context, this code is responsible to release the resource, right? Open resource, close the open resource. But due to this exception, this particular code is not executed at all, right?
Yes, yes.
That means here we are leaking the memory, right? This file is whatever the operation we did here, everything will be gone, right? Because we have not closed the data. This is one drawback, right?
అవును.
Yes.
So next thing is, if you are opening like this, it is still open in the memory, right? Your process. So other process may wait for it, right? Cannot do any operations on this file, right? Because it is still using by your program somehow, right? Understood now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So in this case, we may have the concept of exception handling. You guys are not aware of it. We will discuss. Okay, exception handling. Okay. So let's say we have a try block. Here keep code expecting to raise errors. Okay. Let's say whatever code we are going to write here, sometimes it may raise the errors, right, like this.
Yes.
Yes.
So here try and exception, through exception handling, we should make sure that this particular piece of code should execute always, whether we got the exception or whether we don't got the exception, didn't receive any exception. Okay, now it should always execute. We need that kind of mechanism, right, while dealing with resources. In success case also, this particular code should invoke. In failure case also, this particular code should invoke. Okay, now we should release,
Okay.
right, in any case, open resources.
Yes, sir.
So let's say, let's do the same thing here. just closing here, I commenting out that code.
Catch.
Accept. It is raising value error, right, guys?
Yes, yes.
Value
Yes, sir.
error. Do not worry if the syntax is not familiar to you. Okay. So here inside a try block, usually keep our business logic code. Okay. At runtime, whatever errors you are expecting from this code, we catch them here. Okay, now. And still now also, even if our code is there inside a block, if we got exception here, this code won't execute it, all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So that means we need a one mechanism that should always execute, right? Even if you in success case or even if you do not have any exception, right? So in this case, we have a block called finally. Okay, now finally will execute always, irrespective of whether error occurred in the try block or not. Okay, always execute it. Understood now, guys?
Yes.
Always
Yes, sir.
executes it. So let's print out it. Print. First, let's close after writing. So can I remove this from here, guys? Because closing logic should be in some place that should make sure the close file at any event of error or not, right?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I should supposed to close from here. So here inside finally. Inside finally, right? And after that closing file. So the only thing is we run this program, okay, na, with the success case and failure case. The success case also the resource should be closed. In failure case also this resource should be closed, right?
Yes.
First, let's check the failure case, okay, na? Because we already have the code that is explicitly raising the error, right? After writing some data. So once we got data, it will print this whatever the error we are raising, right? That one we are catching here. Inside we are printing the error details. Okay, na?
Okay.
These are three blocks: try block, accept block, and finally block. This finally block will execute always. If you have error, this error block will execute and finally execute. If you do not have error, directly final block will execute. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Let me run this program. So before writing some wrong data, right? Here actually this is error, right?
Avunu.
So let me run this program again. Before writing, it is this print statement. After that we write this content into the file, right? So after that we got some error, some unexpected error, let's say. Okay, we got some unexpected error from our program. So that means this exception block will catch that exception, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So catching here error and the arguments, whatever error information is there, we are storing that information, printing out the information, and after at the end this inside finally also executed, right? Even if he got the error.
Yes.
Yes.
That means
After given
yeah, that means by following
by using
this,
exception.
yeah. Yes,
Sorry,
yes.
we can continue.
Yeah, by using finally with this approach, we whatever piece of code we keep here that is responsible to close the resource means it always execute, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That means in case of any event, whether program success or whether program is failed, writing to content file is failed, our closing resource will always execute, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
This is success case. In success case, inside finally, that means this block is executed now. Let's say in it's failure case. In success case, if you do not have exception means this block won't execute at all, right? If you have error, except
Yes.
block will catch it. If you do not have error in this try block, except block won't execute at all, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So before writing, inside finally. In this is success case, right? No error, right? That's why this statement is not printed at all. Okay, while discussing about exception handling, we will discuss very detail about it. Just assume inside this block we keep our business logic. Okay, that may raise the runtime error at runtime. Whatever
Yeah.
errors you are expecting, those exceptions will depend in the except block. Okay, you define an except block like this and handle that error. So in this variable we have this whatever the data we are passing into this error, right? The data will available as a args here. We are just printing the data. Okay, under the finally block will always execute. Okay, if you have exception in try block, finally will always execute. If you do not have exception in try block, finally will always execute. But here our job is done, right? We are making sure that closing the file, right? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
But the thing is, wherever we are using this resource, if you forget to handle this kind of mechanism to close the file, this resource may be there forever, right? Open forever, right, guys?
Open. Yeah. Yeah. Open and
So every time when you are dealing with this kind of file operations, I have to define these kind of blocks and make sure that finally have the closing functionality, right?
Yes.
yeah.
That means here basically we have a setup page, right? Setup page means opening the resource, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Tear down page means for closing the resource, right? Hello?
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
Opening.
Closing.
Basically, when you are dealing with resource, you open and close, right? Opening means let's say setup page. Closing means let's say we are done with our
Tear
job.
down.
Tear down. We have to close that resource, right? Here, that's what happening now. Here we are opening file, and at the end, after completion of our program, we are closing the file, right? This is tear down, right, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, in this approach, wherever we are dealing with the file, you have to come up with this kind of exception handling. Okay, now? In other languages, I think usually they do like this only. Okay, guys. So in case of Python, instead of trying handling like this, if you have a context manager, okay, na? Context manager having two special methods actually. Context manager is a class here actually. That class contains two special methods. Okay, two special methods. One is sorry, where is the comment here? One is underscore enter. ENTR. One is underscore enter. Another one is underscore exit. So let's consider for setuping page that means opening the resource, right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, that means enter is the one when you use this context manager, automatically this particular function will be invoked. So inside this function, we can write our code to open the resource, right? Exit means this function will be automatically executed when the block of code execution is completed. Let's say first let's try with the built-in function open, right? With open. Here we have a text file, right, guys? It's a text context.txt, right? Comma read mode. I am opening in the read mode. So here as ERR as file object, right? Let's say as file underscore obj. We already seen this, right?
Yeah. No.
So here what I'm doing is, whenever we use the context manager, so context manager is a class, okay na? That class content two special methods, enter and exit, okay? So if you open is kind of a built-in context manager, right? That is used to deal with opening the files, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you use open function, if you use this open with the statement, this expression is actually the context manager, okay na? At runtime, it will return it will internally, when you do this, it internally execute this enter function and create a object. Whatever this enter function is returning, that is going to store into this variable. Okay?
Okay.
Understood, Namayir?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the expression. When you are, if you are using with means, this one is going to return the context of object. Okay, na? So when you are doing like this, inside this context manager, we have this kind of enter and exit class methods. This enter method execute when you open any resource with the statement. So inside this, we have a logic to open the resource and return that resource and store into here. Okay. After this, we have our logic block of statement we write here, right?
Yeah.
So this is whatever statements we are writing, it is inside this context manager block. Okay, now here we used colon here, right?
Yes, sir.
So finally, once you are done with your job, it will come out of this block, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
once it come out of this block, automatically this exit function will be invoked. Now understood the power of this statement?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Statement is
No
used.
need to write close.
Yeah, no need to worry about the closing the resource if you are dealing with resources. So opening resource also dealing by using context manager only opening. By using context manager only, automatically it is closing the resource, right? In any event, even if you got the exception, if you do not got the exception, always it is responsible to close the resource, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we discuss about context managers. Let's rejoin. We will implement our custom context manager and try it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please resign.